So, hello everybody. Happy 4th of July for all you Americans. And if not, the 4th of July is America's birthday. So, back to the training every day. I go outside. I'm starting to ramp up intensity. Even though I have an injured finger, I think that's just pretty negligible in the scheme of things. I do some volume. I put some volume through the lower body with some variety of movement patterns. I also put a little bit of volume through the upper body, all of them at a kind of a medium intensity. I'm going to try to hit this medium intensity, moderately high volume for a bit to try to build up both the lower body capacity in the splits and the upper body strength for some of the tricks I really like to do. So first off, I want to say thank you guys for liking and subscribing. All that really means a lot. So thanks for all that. And here I kind of, right at this exact moment, going through kind of the 4 cardinal directions with each one of my legs. So going in front, behind, and left to right. Putting my legs through there in the squat position. So I think it's really important that you know where you train. So do you train only in a garage? Not a garage, in a gym, where the floor is very sterile, very flat, not a lot of confusing environment. It's very safe there, which is good for overloading heavy weights, which is inherently a little more dangerous than body weight. But if you do body weight, or even if you have weights your own, I really recommend you at least try going outside, just for the benefits of fresh air, the microbiome, circadian rhythms, electromagnetic grounding. Everyone knows outside is healthy. Nature is better than man-made indoors. So try to get barefoot. It will strengthen the feet and the toes and makes you have to adapt to the environment. So just be aware that, it's a little harder. The ground's uneven. It's a little mushier. And if you're going on trees instead of pull-up bars, that it works your grip. It's dirty. All those things, I think, make it more resilient, make you more resilient, make your movement patterns more resilient, and just leads to better creativity. I really wanted to get my strength back for some starter presses, but I was so close here, I was a little upset that I couldn't get it. But what is coming along very nicely is my splits. My splits strength is come back very strong. I'm very strong in the position. The active range of motion and the passive range of motion is progressing. So I really feel like I'm very close to a leg iron cross or a middle splits without hands and without really much support. So I think you should try to do splits both ways, middle splits and the front splits. The scissor squat or the splits, I have a tutorial on the channel, and I will put a link in the description if you want to see it. It's very important to do the splits. So that's like the main thing that your lower body is used for. Both of it leads to just the kind of movement that you want. It leads to so much more range of motion and athletic potential that I really recommend you train it. You don't have, maybe you won't achieve it. You probably will. Splits progress very fast. But it really builds the range of motion and the strength that you need to just have a lot of fun and be capable. This specific chest stretch and shoulder stretch is for the air chair, which I don't know if I do any air chair today, but my air chair is coming along nice. My main goal is to get a double air chair along with some upper body, or just any upper body kind of master strength move. See, here I do kind of an air chair explosive pop. If you hear any noise in the background, it's 4th of July, so there's some fireworks going on. So here's just kind of an air chair explosive pop. I'm not really getting it into I'm kind of just throwing it up and letting it fall. I'm not actually getting the technique down, but it'll come. So here is a drop. I kind of piked a little too hard in the hips, so I ended up going into like a straddle. But there is a slight straddle that happens with any splits, because I do not think my hips are the type of hips that you can just go straight out. I think mine are just kind of normal hips where you just need to go and pike a little bit. Here's some of my equipment I got here that are very useful, some of the most useful equipment. I just play around with the handstand. I was kind of out of practice with both handstand and backflips, so I'm trying to get back into it. I think once my finger recovers, I'll do some back handsprings and some more advanced hand balancing. So here is kind of the strength work I was talking about, building some of that capacity back up with some starter press negatives. I went to like just being able to do 2 reps of the starter press and then just never recovering any strength after that. So I'm a little sad that I can't do any more starter presses, but they'll come back hopefully sometime. And then here I get into some stretching. The bridge, my bridge flexibility is getting a lot nicer. I really want to get some sort of reverse planche. And that noise in the background is now rain, for all you guys wondering. So I want a reverse planche or a double air chair. Preferably double air chair, but reverse planche is also very cool. And this is just the other splits I was talking about. You really should want to get this because it just really opens up a lot of possibilities that you really just want to have in the hips and the legs. So let me know what your guys' goals are, what you're working towards. If there's any moves you think I'm missing, any fundamentals or anything like that, I'll be happy to reply in the comments. So you should try to get a bridge as well. It's kind of the upper body equivalent, because a lot of today your arms are in front of you. I just really doubt you put your arms behind you as much as I do, and as much as your body might desire. So get into the bridge. It's very rewarding, satisfying. It's a very compound movement, so you'll kind of progress a lot quicker than you might think. And then here I think might be my best like leg iron cross I've done. So I'm excited to see how it looks like in camera. I thought it was a little lower, but I think I do drop some amount lower. But the strength, it really felt very solid. It was not precarious at all. It didn't feel at all it felt very stable. But I did not go into a passive stretch afterwards. I just only did active. But I recommend doing passive after the active stretches. And then I finish off with a little bit more bridge with the straight arm variation, which is finally starting to catch up because it was kind of lacking for me. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.